Hey guys, welcome back. It is Italy's turn. I'll go ahead and finish Britain's turn up. First, Britain will make, looks like 25, $33, yeah, because they have all their original territories. So they get their $5 bonus. Britain over here only makes $10 because they lost Borneo and Kwangtung. However, they still have the rest of their territories. This is what the board looks like. This battle was successful, did not lose anything, and this battle in Shan State was successful with no losses. However, the European side rolled terribly. This was a success with no losses, so that's good. But the ones that were important did not work. So if you notice right here, this transport here, and you see all these Italian units that are still here, the British didn't get a single hit, and they lost the infantry and artillery that was brought from India. The assault here in Tobruk failed miserably. All of the infantry was gone, and they only got one hit. The Toronto raid was successful because Italy and Germany decided not to scramble. However, this battle here in 96 did not go as planned. The fighter was hit, and the destroyer was hit, leaving a lone transport, and that transport is now over here doing some damage. So, anyway, so Britain is in a world of hurt as of right now, and Italy is about to stomp on them. So the original plan did not work. It was very gutsy, and three of the battles that actually mattered did not go well, which is highly unlikely, but can still happen. Sometimes you get diced. So that'll wrap up Britain's turn. So let's move on to Italy. All right, Italy. Now, Italy is one of those players. It's the weakest axis. Has most of its territory, most of its troops in northern Italy and southern Italy, and in Tobruk. And they have a decent-sized navy, but if the British do what they're supposed to, they wipe out the majority of it. Now, Italy is a very reactionary play type country. You're never going to have your starting setup. Here where this carrier and cruiser are, that was largely won very well, and the rest of the British airplanes landed in Malta. So, I mean, there's still a force to be reckoned with, but usually when Italy starts its turn, the Navy here is potentially gone. The Navy in 96 is potentially gone. The army in Tobruk is potentially gone, and the troops in Ethiopia are potentially gone. However, we have a little bit of luck on our side. No troops were lost in Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Somaliland. One infantry was only lost in Tobruk. The transport survived in C-Zone 96, and we decided to save our planes because of how badly Britain was rolling. And so we decided we would get our revenge on our attack move. Now, Italy is a very, like I said, reactionary play type country. You never know what you're going to have or what spaces are going to be optional for you whenever you come to your first round. What I always like to do, so what I've decided, I've played multiple games, and I found that giving Germany all of France, that includes Normandy, Bordeaux, and southern France, is good because then Germany gets the industrial complex and the naval base, meaning that they can build naval units to help out Italy, as well as send troops to Egypt if necessary, and that will give Germany an extra $5. Plus, it will help Italy keep control of their territory. And instead, in compensation, I have given Italy, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Greece. So, with the help of the Bulgarian infantry, and after this attack in Yugoslavia, after Germany munches on it, They should be able to take out Greece with very little difficulty. I've opted to take the rest of the Italian Navy and the Air Force to take out the British Navy here. And I am going to attack in Tunisia. So the transport survived in 96, which was very, very nice. And I picked up an infantry from Libya and went 1, 2, and I'm taking Gibraltar. If I take Gibraltar, then next turn Germany will take southern France and Italy will take Greece, and that will give Italy an extra $5 bonus. Not to mention it keeps the French naval units from escaping the Mediterranean and teaming up with the American Navy. Also, I took a transport from 95, took an infantry and a tank, and went 1 into 96 and 2 into 98, and throwing it in with the rest of the army to wipe out the rest of the British North African army. That was just bad dice luck. However, Britain is not lost yet. They still have power, they still have lots of air force, and they can do lots of damage. And probably next turn the Italian Navy will cease to exist, and there'll be some issues because of that. The Italians are branching out. Infantry artillery into Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, and infantry into Kenya, and an infantry into British Somaliland. Now, British Somaliland is not worth anything. However, it's worth something to the British, meaning that if they don't take that space back, they don't get their extra $5 bonus for having all their original territories. So it's more of just a hassle. It's more of a hassle than anything. Oh, I forgot to buy, or forgot to tell you what I bought. So Italy starts out with $10, and this $10, it depends on what has happened or what has transpired. If you decided to go ahead and scramble up here and you lost your Air Force, then you might spend that $10 buying a fighter. If your Navy still exists, then you might spend that money on like a tank and an artillery in order to utilize your transports wisely. Or maybe you have some Navy and you want to try to keep the Navy race going, and you buy a destroyer, which is what I have decided to do. Buying a destroyer in Sea Zone 95 will force the French to make a decision as to go after the transport or go after the ship, one or the other, and that gives me the advantage. So without further ado, I think that's about it. Italy doesn't do a whole lot. They're doing a lot this round. They got some good dice rolls last round, so we'll see what happens. And I will see you guys on the next video. See ya.